Well, the sort of, I guess, good news is I actually forgot I
made a save
before doing that. I was honestly expecting it to be starting from the beginning of the last video because of the glitch that happened. Also, excuse me, but that felt good. I've been meddling with my audio a little bit because usually when I sort of do a test before I do the recording of this video, the audio on my computer is very soft, very quiet. And it's not just my audio, it's the game audio as well. Saying that, so I've sort of gone and looked at a few of the recent videos I've uploaded and sort of noticed that my voice audio anyways tends to be usually over. Did I get to statue? I don't think I did, but it tends to be a little over drowned, I guess. Oh, I did get to statue, never mind. So in this case, I've kind of turned the game audio low, hoping that my voice will not get drowned out, but you can still hear the game. Also, when I did a test, not a test recording, but before I hit the record button and tested the video in this particular instance, my voice is perfectly fine. For all I know, it's a mic issue. My microphone might be very temperamental. It will probably be a requirement for me to upgrade it now that I'm looking at the old recordings in hindsight. So that might be a thing. I do have a mic that I bought for not necessarily podcast reasons, but for sort of podcast interview reasons in regards to my book. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it works. But in regards to sort of that microphone and the stock microphone on my laptop, I'm not kidding, there's barely any difference. And also, I mentioned in the last video, these fuckers. Come on. Get to where I can hit you. Get to where I can hit you. One more hit. I'm glad I missed that because I think it's one more hit from me too. And there. Also, I know that in one area, I don't think this area, but in one area, there's a place where I can heal, so I don't feel it necessary for me to go and heal up. But I feel a tad, and I am going to go to that area anyways because I don't feel like dying. But I don't feel necessarily safe going to that area because that's pretty much what caused the glitch, you know? So, I honestly don't know what to do here. I honestly, legitimately do not because I am more than a little nervous right now. In regards to what to do also. I need to put another statue in here. If you've played this game, you already knew this. If you've been paying attention to previous videos, chances are you assume
it, and you're right to assume it.
But I feel like showing off anyways, just in case. Well, not showing off is the wrong word, but I felt like showing it just in case. Just in case you were wondering what that room is for and why I wasn't necessarily going in there. And also it looks like I made my way back here anyways. I didn't intend to necessarily. But since I'm already here, might as well, I guess. Might as well. The truth is I did not intend to do this. You
probably don't
believe me, and I don't blame you for not believing me. But I was honestly intending to go to the other save area where there's progress and not backtracking, but, well, I made a mistake and for some reason thought seeing that area was in, or that save place or healing place or whatever was in this area. Over towards that direction. Obviously, I was wrong. I got my new doctor yesterday, which is great. And best of all, I do not need my new doctor to pretty much transfer any medical files from my old doctor, which is also great. And let me tell you, I am even more relieved that I found this new doctor because when I went to go pay what I should not have to pay up front for, because my insurance covers it, with my old doctor, once you know it, she's on leave. Yet again. To give an example of another reason why I just find this doctor to be incompetent. Well, she is incompetent, don't get me wrong, but also just ungrateful to her patients. I've had her. My old doctor sold her practice to her sometime in the middle of December. This is the end of February. So approximately 3.5 months. You know what? And I don't need to heal. Well, I need to switch his free Dan though. Because I think that's what caused the glitch, wasn't it? But anyways, to give an example of how ungrateful or lazy, whatever this doctor is. For the 3.5 months I have had her, she has been on leave, holiday, what have you, for about half that time. Possibly even longer. So, in fact, she's on holiday now, or holiday leave. Her office is empty now. I went down to pay and the office was completely closed. No replacement doctor, no staff there, nothing. It was empty. Yeah. And the pharmacist told me she was on leave. Didn't say why. Holiday, sick leave, I don't know. But she has, well, first off, when she initially bought the practice for my own doctor, she took 2 months off. That to me is just unprofessional, you know? You buy a practice, you have new patients, what do? With a sudden influx of responsibility, you take time off. Well, that's unprofessional. I don't care what anybody says, taking time off once you suddenly gets this new influx of patients. That is blatant unprofessionalism. Blatant unprofessionalism. And then, because I had to get a referral for physio because of my shoulder, then, actually, you know what? Should I? Yeah, I'm going to go back and heal just in case, paranoid, I guess. Then, after she did that, and I needed the form that I need to suddenly pay for, I made an appointment, and it took let me put it to you this way, from the date I phoned in to make the appointment versus the date I got to see the doctor, it was over 2 weeks. So, and the doctor I saw was not her. Frankly, the doctor I saw was better than her. But the doctor I saw was not her. So, she was on leave or holiday or whatever yet again. But she got someone to replace her. Someone better. And she filled out my form for free. I did not have to pay up front. Unfortunately, due to her being a new doctor, well, I shouldn't say that, the doctor she replaced was my new doctor, but this one being an even newer doctor, and this being a form for the Department of Motor Vehicles regarding my type 1 diabetes, I didn't realize they needed a copy of my diabetic logs in regards to my blood sugar tests, and she sort of panicked's the wrong word. But she sort of took the form and didn't realize that I needed the blood sugars log as well. So, more through fault of myself versus the fault of her, the form was sent in incomplete. But I know for a fact I did not have to pay a damn penny up front. I know for a fact my insurance covered it. So I go in with a new form, and I go in to see the doctor to fill it out, and she fills it out, and well, first she asks if I have insurance. Well, yes, I do, ya greedy bitch. Well, I shouldn't say that. She asked how I was going to pay her if my insurance covered it, and I told her my insurance covered it. Hindsight now, I know what she was asking. But, yeah. And I assumed that the insurance was going to be filled out then, but she said, okay, you need to go fill out blood work yet again to get the form done. Wait a minute, I don't want this. Keep in mind the blood work I filled out or the blood work I had done was the exact same blood work I had for the previous doctor, but she wanted a new one. And she kept the forms. Now, she filled out the forms incomplete because she needed the new blood work, which is terrific for her, because it means if I were to find a new doctor to do it, they can't because she filled them out ahead of time. Incomplete, the bitch. Smart-ass breeding bitch. But she filled out the form and said, you need to go get this blood work done because I want a new one. Okay, fine, I go and do it. And then I go and make an appointment for her to fill out well, not necessarily fill out to tell her I got some blood work. You mind filling out a fucking form? And I think I mentioned this in maybe not the last video for this, but I mentioned this in a video. I go there and I don't see the doctor, which is fine because I don't want to see her necessarily. Oh yeah, that. I can't go down there yet. But I see her, and I don't even see the doctor. I'm dealing with the clerks. Well, clerks is the wrong word, but I'm dealing with the secretaries. And the secretary prints out the blood work form. I've already done it. I'm thinking, you've got to be kidding me. At this point, I'm thinking the secretary's incompetent. No, it's the doctor. So anyways, I go and I tell her, I've already filled this out. What's going on? She says, oh, you've already filled it out? Where's the form? The doctor already has the form. Why are you asking me? Okay, I'll go and speak to the doctor. So she goes and she speaks to the doctor. And what does she do? She comes back. The doctor will fill out the form, but you're going to have to come back and pay for the fee because insurance doesn't, your OHIP doesn't cover it, which it doesn't. The provincial insurance does not cover this. The insurance I am on, however, does. And I can prove it because when it was filled out incomplete the first time, it covered it. And I mentioned my insurance covers this. Yeah, well, you still need to pay up front and we'll give you a receipt. And I'm thinking, this doctor's a greedy bitch. This doctor is an absolute greedy bitch. And that's when I just said, you know what, enough's enough. Because when I was bored and waiting to, what I thought was going to see this doctor, I read her notes. Her fine print sort of paper that she has. Nana sort of placed in an area that blends into the background and is meant to be seen but not noticed. And I'm reading it and I'm going, wow, does not phone, well, she doesn't do phone-in prescriptions, that's a lie. She will gladly let the pharmacy phone or fax in a prescription, but she's gonna charge you $25 per fax. And in regards to forms like this, OHIP doesn't cover it, must pay $75 up front. And I'm thinking, you have gotta be kidding me. And bear in mind, my original family doctor, and I mean my original family doctor that I had since I was a child, the family doctor that I had was my family, did not let the pharmacy fax or phone in prescriptions. Because, he wanted the money, and you had to go in and see him. So, but you want to know what he did when you go in for a renewal for a prescription that you're going to need for the entirety of your life? He'd give you like a hell of a lot of refills. You want to know how many refills Dr. Hella Acladios of 724 upper gauge in Hamilton gives you? One refill. So you have to see her like pretty much every 2 months just to get a refill for a prescription you need for the entirety of your life. That is ungrateful, latent exploitation as far as I'm concerned. And my new doctor does, so long as it's, he will not refill or allow the pharmacy to phone or fax in a prescription depending on the kind of prescription it is. Say you're on antibiotics and you run out of antibiotics or painkillers, what have you. For obvious reasons, he's going to require you to see him before he renews that prescription, and rightly so, because you're not going to need that prescription for the entirety of your life. It's going to be when the refills or the prescription runs out, you should no longer be required to have this, but, and it says so right in the paperwork he gave me, renewable prescriptions prescriptions you are going to require for the entirety of your life, yeah, let the pharmacy fax them in. You don't need to see me. Screw them. So, I saw him, and he's a great doctor. Well, I shouldn't say he's a great doctor. He made a great first impression. I will hold my judgment. Well, actually, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, this isn't a matter of me judging a person. This is me as a client judging a professional. I will hold my judgment until I am more experienced with this person. But as far as I can tell, first impressions are great. My first impression of Claudius was poor. Well, I shouldn't say that necessarily. The fact it took so long for me to get an appointment with Dr. Claudius after my original family doctor sold a practice to her was poor. And let me tell you, it was very, very poor. But once I originally saw her for the to get the referral for physio, I wasn't as angry over the fact that she took 2 weeks holidays after buying my old doctor's practice. I mean, I still saw it with a bad, unprofessional move, and that will always stand no matter what. But her initial impression once I physically saw her was alright, you know? It was alright. But I've only seen her a couple of times, and let me put it to you this way: the only good impression I have had of this doctor is literally a good first impression. Not even the first impression I've had of her. It's the first impression I've had when I saw her. That is the only time I have ever dealt with this doctor and went, okay, maybe she's alright. And it wasn't even a good impression. It was just not a bad one, you know? It wasn't even a good impression. It was just simply, I cannot stress this enough, not a bad one. So now that I've seen her, or attempted to see her and seen her on multiple occasions, it's been going downhill ever since, to the point where I went, screw this. I'm done. I'm getting a new doctor. Huh. 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 Okay. I guess that means it's... Oh, maybe not. Puzzle time. Also, I've been recording for a very long time and more or less ranting about things that you people likely don't give a damn about, but it's my channel. And in regards to not just my channel, but anything I post online that's my own, it's my channel, so I'll do whatever I want. As this is by no means my own quote, this is a quote of H.C. Bailey, but I tend to agree with him. My kingdom is a dictatorship, not a democracy. In regards to my Facebook page for my book, I've actually had to use that quote. Now, well, that's good because I was a bit nervous about not being able to see the original freak statue. Also, I've been recording for over half an hour. I am ending it here. Thanks for everybody watching. Everybody, take care and bye.